going to be discussing the RU Teacher Education Lesson Plan format, specifically looking at the instructional resources, material, and technology. When creating your lesson plan, there is a portion called Instructional Resources, Materials, and Technology. These are 3 different components to your lesson plan. The instructional resources are resources that you use as a teacher to complete your lesson plan. This can be websites or songs or YouTube videos or books, textbooks, anything like that that you're using during your lesson plan as instructional resources. Materials are different things such as pencils, markers, tape, glue, board games, whatever you need for your lesson to be completed, and what kind of things that your students will be needing. So if they need to use their eraser or if they'll have to use scissors and glue, make sure you complete that in the materials portion. Technology is what you use during your lesson plan, such as the computer, if you go onto YouTube, if you use the DocCam to show your work, or the Elmo, or if you have a smartboard lesson, that all goes under the technology portion. Each of these 3 components are completed separately, so make sure when you're writing whatever you're having in your instructional resources, you put it under instructional resources and keep materials and technology separated. So some examples that I have of the 3 components of your lesson plan are, this was a lesson that I completed based off a story that I read, and I had the students creating a bookmark for it. And so what the students did is they had the resources. I read the book, If You Give a Moose a Muffin. And then the materials, we had definitions that were already cut out, paper, glue sticks, and tape, and then muffins. And then the technology that I used, which was the smartboard and a computer. Another example I have is from a lesson plan that I completed during my student teaching work, and I had the students creating a project called the Monster Project. So I used the resources of the actual website, the Monster Project, and I inserted the link here, and then I had a list of descriptions for the body parts of the monsters, which I attached in my lesson plan. The materials I had my students to use were crayons, markers, paper, a world map, a city map, and a US map. And the technology that we used during this lesson was a computer and the website, and then the DocCam to show the students all of the different work. And then another example that I have is from when I was blocking, and I had a story as an instructional resource because I read the story out loud, and then I had markers, paper, and stickers, and the smartboard and the Elmo DocCam that we used during my lesson. So those are the 3 instructional resources, material, and technology aspects of the lesson plan, and some examples of what I did. So your lesson plans will obviously look a little bit different, but make sure each of these components are separated and you list every single thing that you'll be using. It may sound tedious, but if a substitute were to come into your classroom and use your information based off this lesson plan and you didn't have a component in here, it wouldn't make sense to the student, the substitute, or the teacher, and something might be missing from the actual lesson if you don't have all of these components in there.